Hi guys, Julie the Oracle here. So today I have ended up pulling the Three of Swords. I guess we can call it the significator card if we want to, but I kind of use, I pull a random card just to see what the question would be today. Unless somebody recommends something, it's kind of up to me. But what I got from it wasn't necessarily heartbreak, but a misunderstanding or an argument. So the idea came to me that the questions I'm posing is, will they make amends? This could be you, this could be them, whoever it is. But what I was getting was that there was a fight, an argument. Things were said, regrettable things. And it depends how many of you are watching. Each one of your situations is different, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. Some of you, great outcomes, and others of you, not so great. So if you tune in expecting to just go, oh yeah, things are going to work out, I can't promise you anything. I think that if you trust your own intuition, then you're going to resonate with what's going to happen with your situation. I think for the majority of you, things would probably turn out okay, but I think for like a handful of you, there's not going to be a great outcome, and you're going to know that based on the things that were said. Either you're feeling a certain way, going, you know what, I'm not going to fix this, or it's going to work out. You know yourself, and you know this person, whether they are a friend, a family member, a neighbor, a coworker, whatever the situation is, or it could have been a random person on the street. You got into it over something. Like, it's that time of year, everybody's supposed to be spreading kindness and generosity, but there's a lot of people rushing around being hateful and rude, and a lot of people get into fights. I see it all the time. It's a shame. I hate to see it. All right, so will they make amends? I pulled 3 cards. Take a sip of water. Oh, I'm telling you, it's one of those days. I spilled my drink everywhere, and then we had like a power hit earlier, which didn't seem to affect anything, but now my computer wasn't working right, and I rebooted it, and now I don't have a keyboard, so I don't know what's going on. Thank goodness I taped these on my phone. So, let's just hope we can settle our minds here and just take a deep breath. Okay. If my mind is scattered, it's not going to be as good a reading for you, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm trying to just calm down, and I'm trying to think, is it Mercury retrograde? Somebody remind me if it is. I thought there was one, but it's one of those Murphy's Law kind of days where things start out okay, but then they start going haywire. I don't know. It's just frustration. Hopefully that's just it. There's only a couple of problems, and easy peasy, we can deal with it. But I'm feeling frustrated, and it could be the fact that I spilled my drink on my way out here everywhere. It's all over me and my clothes. Second time this week that I've done that, because I literally splattered myself. I got it all over my pants, my shirt. It's all over the fridge, everywhere, and ice everywhere. And I was cleaning it up, and I had to get a towel because it was so much. I'm like, where's that much? I didn't think there was that much liquid in a little cup, but there is. You'd be surprised. And so I'm like, am I frustrated with this, or am I already picking up on the fact that you guys have ended up in some type of argument or fight, a heated exchange of words, but you come to an impasse with somebody, and I don't know who's right here, because it depends on your situation. You right? Are they right? If you're tuning in, I think that's because you're a sensitive. You're very sensitive to this fighting, and you don't like it. No one likes to be confrontational for the most part. And I think that you kind of feel bad, because I do feel like this is somebody who's been in your life for a while, or at least you know them well enough that you don't like it, because you prefer to be on good terms with this person. But whatever was said, oh yeah, maybe you shouldn't have said that. You opened your mouth, or they did. And whatever came out, one or both of you got offended. So, and sometimes, that whole thing about, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me is full of crap. That is bullshit. Words hurt. Words are sharp. It's like you get stabbed You always think of Caesar getting stabbed to death. Et tu, Brutus? That's what I think. It's like, what? And you too, Brutus? You're my best friend and you're gonna stab me to death. You know, words can be like that. Very, very much so. And sometimes we get in the heat of the moment and you're angry and you get pissed off and you just want to get him and you hit below the belt and it's not something you should do. You know, if we're decent people, we're gonna be humans. We're gonna make mistakes. But if we're decent human beings, we learn to apologize. We learn to be like, that was wrong. I shouldn't have hit below the belt. I am so sorry. You did not deserve that. You think it would be so easy to say that, but people have such a rough time with it. So will they make amends? I pulled the Nine of Cups, and it's upright. And this is great. For me, it's great because the Nine of Cups just shows a lot of love. So this doesn't mean that you have to have a lover spat necessarily, but it just shows that there's a lot of love in your relationship, whether that is a romantic relationship or a friendship or it's a familial, you know, co-workers, anything like that. When you get to know somebody, you develop a natural unconditional love for people. Like, yeah, this is my friend or significant other or my neighbor. And it's like, you like them for who they are and you've enjoyed growing a friendship or relationship with them. And when you have a good rapport with people, you don't like it when that goes out the window because of an argument. You know, you're like, oh no, I can see this coming a mile away. I don't want an argument to ensue. So people try to just be flexible and they try to help. Quick note, if you hear anything in the background, hopefully you can't hear that, but we have security cameras and you can actually hear noise on some of them. So you can hear all the airplanes and cars go by and stuff. So it's like, I tried to turn it down. I don't have control over it in this house, but hopefully it doesn't bother anybody in the background. So I apologize. But so the Nine of Cups speaks that there is a lot of love here. There's a lot of love and care and genuine compassion with this. You know, I always like it. Emotional fulfillment. Nine of Cups is like that attainment. You know, 10 of Cups can be that pure emotional fulfillment, but it's also, 10s are endings and beginnings again. Like it's like a recycling. So the 9 is like attaining everything that you want and you get right to that cusp. You're like, man, this is where you feel that contentment of like, I'm at a good place, you know? And everything feels good. So this is where you were with this person. And currently, though, you got the Page of Swords in reverse. So this is not the greatest thing. The first thing that comes to me is nothing to say. Now, I don't know what was said, but, you know, maybe you were, I see these words on here, not speaking your truth. You know, maybe you guys weren't as honest with each other and maybe, you know, hopefully it wasn't over gossip and that kind of crap. Gossip can always do that. If you end up talking about someone or they ask you to be confident and you spread something, yeah, just let's not. You know, it's hard. It's hard. People can't keep secrets anymore and things like that. You know, sometimes things slip and it's accidental, but it happens. And people are going to get upset with you. And the Page of Swords, like, yeah, you know, messenger, the Page of Swords is very defensive. And, you know, they're feeling defensive right now. Either you are or they are. And whatever it was said, you know, flippant. I like that word. But what called to me was nothing to say and then gossip. So I don't know, some gossiping. Some of you may have had some gossiping and you confronted this person. You know, I thought you were my friend. I can't believe you were talking about me like that. Like, why would you do that? And, you know, maybe they didn't have anything good to say. Or maybe they were just like, well, you know, you won't talk to me because, you know, you're not honest with me when you are upset with me or something and I have to talk to somebody else. Or whatever it is, I think a lot of you are having an argument that is fair to say. Like, you'll have a fight or an argument and you feel bad. You're listening because you want to make amends. You want to know if they're willing to make amends and you're willing to, because it's hard to reach out knowing that, you know, if they reject any kind of amends from you, it's going to hurt. I think you know this. And it's just, yeah, there's some sarcasm, cynical. They have nothing to say. Or you have nothing to say. You're upset. Something, one or both of you crossed the line with the things that came out of your mouth. Heat of the moment or not, oops. Apologies need to be made. You want to make amends? That starts with an apology. that starts with somebody trying to reach out. And if you don't think they're going to talk to you, like maybe you have a text or an email where you can send them a quick message and be like, hey, I'd really like to talk about this, but but before you say that, be like, I'm really sorry that we had this fight. I apologize for what I said. I didn't mean it. Or maybe you did, or maybe, I don't know. The best thing to do is if you felt like, okay, I'm bad, I shouldn't have said that, apologize to them for hitting below the belt. And that you want to make amends because, their friendship, partnership, whatever it is, means a lot to you. And you just want to make it right. And that's where the Page of Swords is right now is, they have nothing to say, but there is a lot of love here. So there's a good chance that if you reach out, you're going to end up with the 10 of Coins. Now, this one, I couldn't really tell. It kind of, the way it came out was kind of sideways-ish. So I'm going to say it's a spinner. So there's two ways this could go. You can turn it upside down. And I talk about ignore the love of money and all that crap. And the 10 of Coins, the way I look at it is, I tend to look at it not so much as money here, but like it says family feud. So if it's in reverse, you might be feuding with family, or you might be feuding with friends that are like family, or, something of that nature, because coins aren't all about money. They can be about household and relationships, at least from the way I was trained, and taught. That's the way that it comes off, that they're foundational, because they're earth. And, your friendships and relationships are all built on a foundation of trust, and, that loyalty and different, these different attributes, different qualities that you share with each other that show what a good friendship you have. Honesty is very important. So I think you can get back to that. But for some of you, they have nothing to say, and it's not going to happen. There was a lot of love there, but that love is lost. It's gone. The damage is done. It's too late. For a small amount of you, this is something that this person's going to block you. They don't want to talk to you. They have nothing good to say. All is lost at this point. And it's going to feel like a loss for you. And, it sucks because whatever you fought about, you may have regrets on it, and you're going to think back going, it was not worth it. They might have regrets too, but once it's done, like, you don't trust each other anymore. That's the kind of thing that's going to happen. Now, for the rest of you, I think for the majority watching, and I want to give you some hope. I can't promise anything, but there is a lot of love there. And even though right now you guys aren't sure, you have nothing to say to each other, but both of you may be feeling like this is in your head. You're wanting to send a message, and you're thinking about sending a message of, like, hey, I apologize. I'm sorry that we fought. I apologize for hitting below the belt. Can we talk soon? Kind of like olive branch it. Put that olive branch out there. I think that it's possible because when you turn the 10 of Coins upright, I like this because I really feel like you have a strong foundation in your friendship, that you still have a lot of love and loyalty and trust, and there's honesty. And I think that, okay, you may be the type of friends here that, okay, yeah, you can have a fight like this once in a while, and you can piss each other off, and then you can come back and be like, I'm sorry, I love you, I care about you, you're my friend, I don't want to lose you, like, let's work this out. You call and talk it out, and you're good. You have the 10 of Coins, and then you guys end up bonding, and you're closer because, you worked it out. I think for the majority of you, this is what's going to happen because it takes two. Both of you have to be willing to reach out, extend that olive branch, and then start talking about stuff, and, apologize when you need to apologize, and, work things out and try to set boundaries, or whatever it is that you fought about. You might want to make sure that you're on the same page with how you feel. You have to agree to disagree, or, that might be a subject that's off the table. You're going to have to learn to love and appreciate people for who they are, and sometimes they don't agree with you on things, and it just depends on what it is that you disagreed on. I think most of what this particular situation is, it involves situations where, arguments, fights, heated words. I don't think it's about anything major, like, oh, you killed somebody, I don't think it's about that. or you find out your friend is like doing something illegal or crime worthy. I mean, that's different. If you want to distance yourself from somebody doing crime because you don't want to be involved in that, I get it. But I don't see that kind of thing. This is like every day. People have these little spats every day, and it just depends on what kind of issues. Every once in a while, people are going to have an argument or disagree on things, and it's just a fact of life. And these are the mostly small things. If it's a bigger disagreement over something that you're trying to do together, I mean, I understand. But let's not, we're not going to worry too much about it. So for the majority, the fact that you built up a lot of love and trust and honesty here, you know, you got a great relationship to begin with. This is just going to be that part where, like, okay, we had a fight and we needed to take a break. We're going to withdraw, distance ourselves, take a moment to calm down, and then when we've got cooler heads, you know, that's going to prevail, and we're going to end up both reaching out. That olive branch is going to be extended with an apology, and then you can work it out. And guess what? 10 of coins. That 10 of pentacles, that's great. That's a happy ending to me. That's where things work out and you're good. And you just go on to the next cycle. I mean, this is either going to, for some of you, the friendship is over, relationship over, whatever it is, it's done, it's done. But for the majority, I think, yeah, you're going to be fine. And until the next fight. And then, you know, but you're the type that normally get along and you're really close. Like, I don't see you having that type of problem. So, I'm trying not to repeat myself this much, but I feel like I do. So I just wanted to say that much. And then for your oracle cards, oh, perfect. The Ascendant Oracle says withdraw, and I just said that. That's what you want to do. When there's nothing to say with the Page of Swords, and you're feeling kind of upset and defensive, and you're like, I don't want to talk to them right now. That's okay. You know what? It's okay to say, even if you need to, at the end of your argument, or even afterwards, you could be like, hey, I'm sorry for what I said, but I need some time to cool off, but we can talk, you know, later, a couple of days later or something. You know, it's okay to say that if you want to them, or they to you. If you're told this, accept it. If people need space, then give them space to cool off. You don't want to push things when people are still hot-headed. It just never works out in your favor. So withdraw, take that time for yourself to really reflect on what happened and think about it, and think about what you want to say to them and how you want to work it out, if you even do. And like I said, for some of you, we have the Moonology, the void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation. This is for that small, like, you know, the few of you here that are like, okay, this was a huge fight. It was really bad. And regrettable things were said that cannot be taken back. Once you do something that's irreversible, I hope I said that right. Once that's done, it's done. There's nothing left. And nothing will come of this situation, so you're going to have to you don't get closure on it, whatever. They may block you and move on, and that's it. They're out of your life, and it can be very, very traumatic for some people. It can be very hurtful. You're going to have to process it and move on with your life and find acceptance your own way. Some things you can do. The Angel Guide Oracle, it says raise your vibration. So yes, sing, dance, paint, listen to music. You know, you can bake, you know, be hands-on, build something, or, you know, read a book, or do whatever it is that raises your vibration. Do what makes you happy, because that makes you feel good inside. And once you start feeling good, I think it takes your thinking goes to a better place. When you get the right mindset after raising your vibrations, then it's a good time to reach out with that olive branch, because you're in a good place to talk to them. Your color card is Burgundy, number 10. Awaken your passion. Awaken your passion. Okay. Basically what I'm taking from this is, I mean, we can reduce 10 to 1, and 1 would be the Magician. So some of you might be manifesting, making amends with this person, manifesting that apology, and hoping that they'll reach out to you, or trying to manifest the courage to reach out to them. Either way. But we can also look at it as 10 itself. 10 itself is the Wheel of Fortune. in the major arcana of tarot. So if I look at it this way, the Wheel of Fortune, for some of you, it's in your favor because you've built a strong enough foundation for your relationship that you can survive anything. And that means that you can get mad at each other and you'll work it out. But it can also mean that the wheel is not turning in your favor either. You could be stuck. The wheel could have reversed at this point, and it's separating your friendship to where it's no longer going to exist. So it can go either way. You're either going clockwise or counterclockwise with the wheel. So I think that trust your intuition and know where you stand. You know your friend or this person. You know them well enough by now. You should know them well enough, and you should trust your intuition enough to know exactly where you stand right now with them and what your chances are of making amends or not. So awakening your passion is probably more about raising your vibrations and, maybe remembering the good times, reflecting on your relationship with this person. And if this is somebody you want to remain in a friendship relationship with, if you want to remain in contact with them, then, is there enough foundation there? I think for a lot of you, yeah, there is. For some of you now, it's like one of those where you're like, I don't know this person, don't care. Like, we had a fight and I don't like them and I don't want any more contact with them. That's okay too. You have the free will in this case to choose for yourself. Or they may choose for you as well. But whatever it is, accept it for what happens. Whatever the outcome is, you'll have to accept it and move on. I wish for everybody here that it ends up being a good outcome, but like I said, I don't see that for everybody, but everything happens for a reason and it's meant to be. Some people come into your life for a season and then they go, and just think back on what they've taught you and what you've learned from them or what you've learned from the relationship. And then other people come into your life, and no matter what, you overcome every challenge and obstacle. They are there for life. I like to say that I'm the gum under people's desks because I don't go anywhere. I'm stuck in most people. I will stick to the best people, forever. So that's the kind of friendships I kind of dream of having, and being close to people. I enjoy it. You want to have those people. You rely on those people. It means everything to me. And I know for some of you, the meaning is the same. So good luck with that. And I want to go on a high note. So for my inner effing peace deck, it says practice radical acceptance. This is going to be accepting exactly whatever the outcome is in your situation. But it says you be you. So do what's best for you. Be true to yourself, no matter what it is. Whatever happens, either you make the decision or they do, but you have to accept it either way. That's what I'm going to say. I wish the best outcome for everybody involved, but until next time, guys, bye.